Hi, this is Professor Gallipo. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the curvilinear wall assignment. This one was done in pencil, and what we want to always think about is where the light source is coming from. And so in your lecture, you'll see a diagram about deciding where your light's coming from. In this case, we thought, let's have the light come from this direction, and that would create kind of a shadow from this part onto this inside part of the curvilinear wall. And then you want it to look like a cylinder, so you're going to do the same kind of shading that you did for the cylinder practice, the little shapes. The other thing that you'll notice is that if the light is actually coming from this direction, this part of the wall will probably be in shade or shadow for most of it. So I'm going to go ahead and shade that in and show you what that would look like. I'm using an HB pencil, and I also have a number 2 pencil. And so I'm going to see how dark I can get the shadows with the HB, and then also come back over it with the number 2. You can use either one or whatever you have. Now I kind of like to tilt my drawings because that's just easier for me. So I'm going to start by just shading this in, and again you use kind of the side of the pencil, and you want to have your pencils sharp, so I do keep a little sharpener handy so that when I need it I can sharpen my pencil. In the demonstration from your author, she was saying the further away you hold your pencil, the lighter your shading is going to be. And so down here towards the bottom I want it a little bit lighter, and up at the top I want it a little bit lighter. And then as I get towards the middle here, I want this to be darker. Now I'm feeling like there's something under here that's causing a little bump. So make sure that your table is nice and smooth and clean. Then you won't have weird bumps on your paper. And then this is just regular printer paper I'm using because it works really well for pencil. And so I want to just shade this in as dark as I can get it. And I may have to come back with the point of the pencil as well, but the side is where I'm going to start. And then I can come back in, kind of really make it as dark as possible. So you can see this makes a difference in what the curvilinear wall really looks like. And I'm just going to leave a little bit lighter at the bottom for that reflected light coming up, and a little bit lighter at the top for the reflected light coming up. And you can kind of just decide where you want the light to come from, and it doesn't have to look exactly like this, of course. I'm going to come back in with the number 2 pencil and show you a number 2 pencil is much softer than an HB. A number 2 pencil is equal to a B pencil. So if you have a B, it's very soft and it'll make a nice dark line. Number 2 pencil is totally fine to use for this entire drawing. Okay, and you can see it's getting a lot darker now. And so I want to also come back in and make this a bit darker, my shadow, because this didn't quite get dark enough in my opinion. And then oops, get this where you guys can see it. And this might have a little bit of a hard line, but then it also might have a little bit of a softer edge to it. And then I did leave a little bit of reflected light here, but I want to kind of bring this edge back in. And I traced this completely in pencil, which is totally okay. If I wanted to make this part a little darker, again, I would come back in. And you can keep working this. You can do it several times. You can just keep working it until it looks good, and then go ahead and scan it and turn it in. Okay, I hope that helps. There we go.